From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Cascade Paint & Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Well, I think we all know those people in our neighborhood that love to go all out for Christmas with their decorations, right? Well, there's a great place for those types of people, and that would be this contest right here that Haas Farms is putting on. It's the Christmas Light Decorating Contest, and they've got over $2,000 worth of prizes here, and you can go to historichaasfarms.com/lights contest, and of course you can enter this contest. Now the deadline is December 5th, so be sure to get in on that here before we get into, really we've only got 4 more days to enter that contest. All right, so here's the deal. You know, we've been dealing with a lot of wet weather on the North Coast. You know what I'm talking about if you're there, right? But for those of us that live in the valley, not so much. We've been looking at a lot of these clouds moving through, a lot of these ominous looking clouds, and even though, yes, we've seen a few showers here and there, it just isn't the amount of rainfall that we'd like to see. Now, we're going to continue with this type of pattern here through the weekend, with the heaviest rainfall on the coast, less rainfall elsewhere. However, Siskiyou County, boy, you've been dealing with some decent rain, and not to mention snow in the higher elevations, and I think you're going to see some decent amounts even going through the weekend as well. Now, speaking of all that in the higher elevations, we've been dealing with chain requirements today. We'll be dealing with more of that here over the weekend. However, less of it as we go into the weekend because snow levels will be climbing, which we'll get into that here in a second. Let's get you through tonight and into tomorrow morning for the North Coast. Still some scattered showers. Now, overnight tonight, things are going to kind of break apart, I think, for everybody. In fact, we take a look at tomorrow for the valley through the morning. There actually could be a few straight morning showers, especially for the north end of the valley, even for places like Red Bluff. Slimmer chances in Chico, though. Siskiyou, Modoc County, yeah, maybe a little bit of activity there, and I think mainly dry conditions here to start off the day for your Saturday. A lot of moisture coming in from the north and west. This has really been that unstable atmosphere, unsettled weather that we've been dealing with here. But here you can see overnight, we're just not seeing much activity. In fact, 11 o'clock tonight, it's fairly dry. Now, we could be looking at some pockets of clearing for some of us overnight tonight as well, which could make for a cold start. However, we get into tomorrow morning, 5 a.m., yeah, we could see a stray sprinkle or a light shower for Reading, Red Bluff, slimmer chances heading to the south, but there you can see even a few light snow flurries for some of the higher elevations. And most likely, we will still be dealing with some chain requirements off to the north and east, kind of left over from what we've seen today. We go into noon on Saturday. You see how we're beginning to see it pick up a little bit more in intensity. Still light, still nothing major, but most of the rain is off to the north and west. We're seeing less activity down to the south and east. However, that will push eastward through the afternoon. Now, by 4 p.m. on Saturday, we could be looking at a few light showers around Reading. Now, keep in mind, we do have the lighted Christmas parade starting at 6 o'clock on Saturday. So you'll notice the heavier rainfall is off to the north. Now, another thing to notice is we're seeing less of the blue. The blue is snow, pink is the rain-snow mix. We're seeing less of that wintry precipitation more in the form of rain. This is the sign of the snow levels starting to climb, probably 4,000 to 5,000 feet on Saturday and getting higher than that by Sunday. Now, I want to show you 10 p.m. on Saturday because we're still seeing some light showers around Reading. So with that said, could we see some raindrops during the lighted Christmas parade in Reading? Yes, we could. Is this going to be one of those events where you should not go because of that chance for rain? Absolutely not. You know, here's the thing. It might be just a little wet, drizzle, a passing light sprinkle. That's it. Make sure you've got an umbrella. You'll be good to go. And of course, make sure you're dressed warmly too, because it will be cool out there. So you want to make sure that you and the kids are all warm to watch that parade. But I'd go. And of course, I'm going to be there as well with Courtney Kreider, will be there announcing next to the judges' booth. So be sure to come on to that section, come by and say hello. I love to, of course, talk to many of you out there. There you can see, of course, 10 o'clock on Saturday. Heavier rainfall once again off to the north and west. Let's take you on into your Sunday morning. Yeah, look at that. We're seeing a little bit of activity off to the east here, but things are fairly dry. And I want to take you through the day on Sunday. Here's Sunday, 5 p.m. It's showing a little bit of development in the valley, but quite honestly, I think this is all going to be mainly dry in the valley. I'm keeping the chances for rain out of there. Most of it will be off to the north. And yes, you guessed it, even for the north coast. And then Sunday night, we're actually beginning to see a lot of this activity begin to taper off a bit. But look at the forecast totals. And, you know, this model's been doing a pretty good job showing most of the rain to the north and west. I think it's still overdoing it for Redding at about 1/4 inch of rainfall through Sunday. You know, I think at best, maybe 1/10 inch of rainfall, and of course probably less than that as you head down to the south towards Red Bluff and Chico. Snowfall amounts. Now you'll notice too, we're just not seeing much in the way of accumulation in a lot of the lower mountain communities, and that's because snow levels are rising. So you see these little bullseyes of blue and pinks. That's where you're seeing the heavier snow, but above 6, 7, 8,000 feet. So there you can see Mount Shasta, right? That's where you're seeing the heavier snow. Mount Shasta, the mountain, right? The city itself, not going to see any accumulation really over the weekend. There you can see what we're, and really not much snow either, because again, you're going to go above the city of Mount Shasta, and it'll probably be in the form of rain. But there you can see as we go into Sunday night, and as we go into Monday, we've got another round of some showers possibly for the north coast. But I think this is the day when almost everyone can see a break from any wet weather, because by Tuesday, more showers for the north coast, maybe even for parts of Siskiyou County, but dry for everyone else. Then by next Wednesday, that finally pushes on through, and then maybe some more chances for showers toward the end of next week, and some cooler air moving in, which would mean lower snow levels. But of course, that's still over a week away, and a lot can happen between now and then. But bottom line, cool and unsettled weather pattern, at least for the next 7 to 10 days. There's the heavier rainfall to the north and west. These browns and yellows indicating over 5, 6, 7 inches. Probably not that much, but once again, this is the typical footprint that we've been seeing here, and that is most of the rain to the north and west, less rainfall heading down to the south and to the east. All right, your wave heights, boy, they're getting pretty impressive out there, pretty high, 13 to 14 feet on Saturday. And as we take you into your Sunday, they actually may rise a little bit here, so not a good time to be out there on the waters. There you can see your winds from the south at 10 to 15 knots for your Saturday, with, of course, those rain showers off and on throughout the day. Here's your forecast tonight. I'm expecting actually mainly dry conditions and cooling off, especially off in the eastern mountains. And for tomorrow, pretty much everyone's seeing that chance for showers, not as much obviously for the valley. Better chances will be in Siskiyou, Modoc, and not to mention the north coast, and then much less activity off into the eastern mountains. So looking at your 7-day outlook, we are seeing, of course, snow levels 4,000 feet and higher by Saturday, rising even more on Sunday. Then on Monday, I think everyone will see a break. Siskiyou County, around, say, Mount Shasta westward, maybe a chance for some more showers. Snow levels eventually dropping back down to about 4,000 feet by next Thursday and Friday. Now for the valley, you'll notice I don't even have the chance wording in there for Sunday. Still a slim chance, but I think things are diminishing as far as any chances for rain on Sunday, especially Monday, Tuesday, where we expect more dry conditions, and then more chances for showers coming in for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. And for the north coast, quite honestly, you should probably even have a chance for showers there on Monday, because especially Delnor County, every single day, I think we could see a chance for rain. Monday, we could see a break, though, for most of Humboldt County, not to mention the inland areas and Trinity County. But then by next Tuesday, through the end of next week, we've got more showers in the forecast.